What I like to start with is the rate cards. When you set up your company, the first thing you want to do is really think about your roles and your rates for each one of these. And you can really easily create new roles by clicking this button, and then you can click this button up here to create columns, so you can have multiple different rate cards for the roles. So go in and set up your roles and then load in all of the rates that you want to charge people in these different rate cards. You can create as many as you want. Once you've got your rate card set up, it makes it a lot easier to create estimates. So let's dive into an example of a website redesign estimate. The basics of what you're looking at here, on the top is a header, and this is completely customizable. You can come in here and make changes and select your clients or create a new client, who created it, type a description for your client and a title. All that's very easily editable. These tabs up here we'll go through in a little bit more detail, but below is this ability to start configuring your estimate. And there's some basic building blocks that are easy to understand, but you have to understand them to make it easy to fill out these estimates. So what you're looking at with this green color bar here, or the orange or the blue, these are called sections. They're your top level groupings. They do what's called a roll up of totals. So you can see it's rolling up all of the hours underneath it and all of the dollars underneath it. So you create these sections. So example here is preparation. And under preparation, there's multiple tasks. The white line items here are called tasks. And you can add additional tasks. Just simply go in and create a task. You can also drag and drop tasks. You can make subtasks. You can bring them up to the same level. You can actually even turn it into a section. So you want to use tasks to describe a certain area of work where you want to do another roll-up. You want to do a subtotal or a roll-up subtotal, where it's going to roll up what's underneath it, all of its subtasks, all of its pricing line items. When you go another level below the task, you can see this is an example of a note. I just would go click a note, and then I could type in a free-form text around whatever I want to describe that explains it to the customer in a little bit more detail than the title of the task. And then the next line item down are showing, these two are called hourly line items. An hourly line item is a pricing line item. It allows you to select from your rate card. It pre-fills the rate from your rate card. And then it's set up right now to allow a 3-point estimate. We support 3-point, 2-point, and 1-point estimates. I recommend 3-point estimates because it does the best job of accounting for risk and when it calculates the PERT formula, which actually is what's used to calculate these totals off of the 3-point estimate. So once you get into your pricing line items, you add these wherever you want under sections or tasks, and then you fill out these 3-point estimates, and it's going to calculate the numbers on the fly for you. So as you're estimating over here, it's calculating the totals for you, and it's rolling everything up very simply. This other line item right here, materials, right, that's described and it's editable, that is a fixed line item. So a fixed line item simply has a cost and a quantity. So I could say, well, we're going to have 2 materials and it's going to total to $200. You can continue to do that, and then you can continue to think through, do you want to do more workshops as an example? So I could click the duplicate button and I could say I want to do workshop number 2. I can also say that, let's say this is workshop number 1. And I want to create a task here to roll up all works. So let's say workshops, and I can just drag that underneath here, and you can see that I can now group workshops. So now I get the total for the workshops, and it has 2 workshops underneath it. Let's say that I was going to run, this is a series, so I need to do this across, maybe it's a large company, maybe I do it across like three different service lines or something like that, right? So I might need to do 3 of them. Right? So now I can use quantities, and quantities is going to multiply by whatever task, whatever's rolled up, so you can see that totaled up. So quantities and subtasks and these roll-ups are really powerful features for the estimation process. So once you get through and you kind of build out the estimate the way you want to, then you can share it with your clients. And that's where it becomes very powerful. So you can create a new share, and then you can decide what you want to show. So like, for example, if you want to show it as a recurring price over 3 months instead of showing the total, or you don't want to show the pricing line items, you don't want to show this. If there's any percentages, you want to roll those in, you can create a share that's very customized and show the customer exactly what they need to see in order to make a decision. So that is the power of Simple Estimate. It's the ability to build these sophisticated quotes that are very simple for the client to understand and read and make decisions and give you feedback, so that when they give you feedback, you can just come up here and click the snapshot button, which allows you to make edits and still have the original copies of the things that you did, right? And you can incorporate their feedback, and you continue to iterate with them, and you can continue to create more shares for them until they're ready to complete the deal and give you approval. And then you'd send them a proposal in your favorite document signature process that you already have. And by the way, in the future, we're going to add an approval signature process to Simple Estimate, so we can even streamline that process even further and integrate it with key systems like CRMs and time tracking systems. That's all coming. It's all in the roadmap, and we're looking forward to delivering it. So I hope that's helpful. Please give it a try and share feedback. Schedule a demo with us. We'd be happy to work through working sessions and help you create your own estimates. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.